Good morning. I'll call the meeting to order. We have a quorum. All three commissioners are present. We'll have Commissioner Gross lead us in the flag salute. Please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the minutes of November 4th, 2013.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any additions, deletions, corrections, changes? Call for the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Minutes are approved. Yeah, we have public comment. Yeah. Andy Skinner, public comment.
Andy Skinner, Executive Director of the Lewis County Historical Museum. I'm just here to speak today on behalf of the Tourism Promotion and as just a public member of the public saying thank you for your support for these past years. We really do appreciate it, and especially upcoming support this year and next year. We really do appreciate your support, and without you guys we wouldn't be here today, and we just like to say thank you, and from the bottom of our hearts, words can't describe how much we appreciate it, so thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Ron Averill, thank you for giving me some time. I just wanted to point out this morning that Carrie and Lee have an important reason to be very proud, because for the first time in many years, WSU has won 5 games. Congratulations.
And by logical conclusion, WSU beat USC, Stanford beat Oregon, USC beat Stanford, so that means Washington State is better than all of those teams. Logical conclusion that's made. Thank you, Ron.
Any other public comment? We're done? Okay. I move that we approve the notice agendas, item 1 through 4, resolution number 13-523 through 13-526.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Mr. Tim Elsey.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Elsey, Public Works Director, speaking to item number 1 on your notice agenda regarding the acceptance of the establishment of a new road crossing over the Chehalis River and changing the terminus of Hatchery Road. Hearing will be held on or after 10 a.m. on Monday, December 16th, 2013. This is resolution number 13-523. This is the next step and a necessary step in the replacement of the bridge crossing the Chehalis River at Looting House Road. Once we establish this new road crossing, we are, at this point, we're 95% in the design process. We're following through with all of the permitting, and we don't see anything that's going to keep us from constructing this bridge this summer.
Next summer.
Next summer.
Next summer.
This coming summer, yes.
And when did that bridge go out?
Never mind.
Thank you, Commissioner Gross.
Good morning, Danette York, Director of Public Health and Social Services. I'm speaking to items number 2 and 3 on the notice agenda. Number 2 is resolution number 13-524, which is regarding the adoption of Ordinance 1250, amending Lewis County Code 8.45, Solid Waste Rules and Regulations. The hearing will be held on or after 10 a.m. on Monday, December 2nd, 2013. Washington Administrative Code 173-350 was revised in March of 2013. That same administrative code number 700, section number 2, requires that local health departments adopt ordinances implementing the chapter, and in this case, the revisions, within 1 year of the effective date. The majority of the changes in this WAC was additional terms in the definitions section. And our code references the state code, so this is just a housekeeping item. Item number 3 is resolution number 13-525. This is a notice of hearing regarding the adoption of Ordinance 1251, amending Lewis County Code 8.50, food service regulations. The hearing will be held on or after 10 a.m. on Monday, December the 2nd, 2013, and the resolution number is again 13-525. This is the state, same thing, basically. The state has revised the food service regulations under Washington Administrative Code 246-215. This change was effective on May 1st of 2013. So again, a housekeeping item, we need to amend our local code as it references the state code. The food rule changes have been published in the form of a flyer, which I brought this morning, and I have several up here on the little podium if people want a copy of them. And they are also available in the health building on the 3rd floor upon request.
Are they available online by chance?
I'm sure they are online, but I don't have a link to it, but I could probably find one. Thank you.
Good morning, Lee Napier, Director of Community Development, speaking on item number 4, Resolution 13-526. So before the County Commissioners is a request to set a hearing date. The hearing would, if set, would be set for December 9th, 2013, and the hearing would address adopting a moratorium upon establishments involving the sale, manufacturing, distribution, and/or use of marijuana-related products. At the hearing, members of the public would be invited to speak and provide written testimony regarding the ordinance. And at the time, the commissioners would be asked to impose a moratorium. And once the moratorium is imposed, the Community Development Department would request 6 months' time to develop appropriate land use regulations for this topic. Any questions?
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you.
Are there any further discussion on the notice agenda? Then I'll call for a question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Notice agenda is approved.
I'd like to move to approve the consent agenda items 5 through 19, and they're number 13-527 through 13-361.
I will second.
Motion and made and seconded.
Item number 5, resolution number 13-527 is our weekly resolution approving warrants and payments. There are 2 special purpose warrants in the amount of $149.07, and there are 513 regular warrants in the amount of $1,569,988.43 for a total payment against the county of $1,570,137.50. In addition, there are 1,277 payroll warrants dated November 5th, 2013, approved payment against the county in the amount of $3,515,797.78. Item number 6 is a cancellation of a warrant from the auditor's office for RAR Communications, Inc. Apparently this check was not cashed, and so it's canceled in the amount of $135.
Yep.
The next 2 items, items 7 and 8 and 9, are approval of grants from the 09 or the Distressed Counties Fund. The first one is a grant of $120,000 to the Lewis County EDC to provide marketing efforts and activities for the industrial park at TransAlta, and this will be done jointly with the industrial park at TransAlta administration. So that's one of the things we're going to do. And then the next 2 are agreements with the City of Chehalis and the Port of Chehalis. Is someone from the city here? Okay. Matt, did you want to say anything about the IPAT grant?
Matt Matioshi with the Lewis County Economic Development Council. Yeah, I just want to quickly say that this, although it says marketing, the work that we're doing goes well beyond marketing in identifying sites. I think we have 4 sites identified. These are sites above 100 acres. Also identifying utilities out there, fiber, BPA transmission, natural gas, and then as well as the property lines and boundary lines for each site. So there's quite a bit of research. We've already had 3 inquiries on the IPAT site this fall, so it's a good project and seek your approval. Thanks.
Thank you, Matt.
Jim, would you like to come up and talk about the ports?
I'm going to get the Chehalis City. The second grant is a $26,000 grant to the city of Chehalis for repair of steam engine number 15 project. And these are each year $100,000 of 0.09 distressed counties money has been allocated for tourism-related projects, and this is a tourism-related project that we elected to fund this year. Jim?
Good morning, Commissioners. Jim Rothland, Executive Director at the Port of Chehalis. Just wanted to thank you on behalf of the Port and the Port Commissioners on this opportunity for an expansion of a rail into a current tenant's building. You know, the mission of the ports obviously is to bring jobs to this community, but also just as important as bringing new jobs is keeping the ones we've got. This is a great opportunity for this client. It's a need that he has to get rail so he can ship by rail directly from his building, not just for his current business, but he's very optimistic on expansion in the future, and we believe that that is so. So certainly this is a goal that we have, and it's a goal of the county commissioners as well, so I just appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
How much longer do you have in Lewis County?
Well, officially the end of December is when I'm done, so yeah, of course I'm taking on a new adventure. Have mixed emotions, very excited. It's a great opportunity. I'm finally going to have a port that when people say, "Where's my boats?" I can actually point to some boats now. So.
And where specifically are you going?
It's Port of Bremerton, so it's Kitsap County. There's several different ports there, but it's the biggest one. It has 2 marinas, it has an airport, and it has about 1,000 acres of industrial land. So a great opportunity. It really, as I tour that area, it's very much like a community-driven area like the Centralia, Chehalis, and Lewis County area, just a little bit bigger than before. So welcome the opportunity. Certainly going to miss the relationships that I have here. That was probably one of the nice things is you kind of build this credibility, and working with people, I have to kind of start that all over again. But I do believe relationship building is the key to everything, and it's what we do well here. Come to mind just the projects that we've done, the Rush Road extension, which expanded Rush Road from Jackson Highway to I-5, and then of course the new Labrie I-5 interchange are 2 great examples of the county and the ports working together to make things happen. So hopefully, you know, I can get the same kind of relationship going there. So
Thank you for all your work. Thank
It's
you.
been a pleasure
you.
working with you, Jim,
Yeah.
and I mean that sincerely. We're going to miss you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lara or Becky, did you guys want to do this, or did you want me to? Okay. That's what I thought too. Item number 10, Resolution 13352 is our annual approval of funding for tourism projects in the county. This year, we've agreed to award $284,500 for tourism-related projects. And the request for this money were somewhere in the neighborhood of $390,000. We're really going over the budgeted amount a little bit, $15,000 or so, to provide some funding for some projects and some activities that are going on. A list of those is in our minutes. I'll read through them very quickly. Veterans Memorial Museum, $15,000 allocation. White Pass Country Historical Society, $16,000. Cowlitz River Valley Historical Society, $6,000. Destination Packwood Association, $57,500. Chehalis Centralia Railroad, $11,000. Centralia Chehalis Chamber of Commerce, $40,000. Lewis County Historical Museum, $29,000. Mossy Rock Area Action League, $9,000. On Alaska Alliance, $5,000. White Path Scenic Byway, $51,000. And Visit Rainier, $45,000. A total of $284,500. We think it's key to getting this money back out into the community. This is a 4% sales tax on hotel motel beds in the county, and it's key to getting this money back out in the community for use.
And Commissioner Gross, when you say in the county, tell them where most of this money comes from.
This funding for this fund comes primarily, it's county hotel motel tax, which is from the campgrounds and from the hotels motels in rural Lewis County. The cities collect their own hotel motel tax from the hotels and motels that are within the city. So most of this money that is generated comes from the Packwood, Randall, Morton, Mossy Rock areas. All the campgrounds have pay this fee in order to stay in the campground. So most of the money that's in our fund comes from those rural areas of the county. In fact, all of it does. The cities collect their own. Yeah, Ron.
Thank you for letting me talk for just a moment. I want to give thanks from the Veterans Memorial Museum for the increase of funding that you gave us this year, because this next summer, when we have our Vietnam Normal Remembrance Day, we're going to be bringing in the model of the wall in Washington, D.C. It's an 80% model, and we're going to be running a 3-day affair there. We're going to be doing extensive advertising. We hope to bring a whole lot of people in for the opportunity to see the wall. We had it here in 2007, and we got huge response on it. But we're expecting that we'll have so many people that we're actually right now looking for extra parking space around the museum for this particular event. And we do need funding to pull this off, so I want to thank you very much. I'm chairing that particular activity. That's why I'm speaking.
Is that going to be in conjunction with the Civil War or not?
No, the Civil War is 2 weeks earlier.
Okay. Elaine?
Good morning, Delane Coleman from Human Resources, speaking to item number 11, resolution number 13-353, authorizing placement of an accountant on the Lewis County salary grid. Due to the vacancy in the budget fiscal department and year-end workload, there's a need to hire an extra help accountant position to assist in the duties and expedite the anticipated work. The Lewis County salary grid, currently 13-step M-grid, maximum pay for an extra help employee would not be competitive to hire a skilled accountant. HR is requesting that an extra help accountant be placed at grade 20 on the Lewis County salary grid.
Thank you very much.
Jeanette York, Director of Public Health and Social Services, again speaking to items 12 through 14. Resolution number 13-354 is adopting a categorized schedule of fees for the Department of Community Development, Public Works, and Public Health and Social Services for 2014.
Excuse me a minute. For the record, I think we've got some numbers that are fouled up here. Carrie, can you look at this? We should be 531, 532, 533 instead of 35. The numbers were switched around. Am I not correct?
So switching the fives to threes.
It should be
Or 5 to
sequential.
3
We
to
started
5.
530.
They're reversed.
Yeah.
531.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Numbers are-
So it's resolution 13534 that I'm speaking to. Okay, so each year, the schedule of fees is reviewed to determine if fees cover cost of specific items. This year, we are recommending changes only to the Public Health and Social Services section. There are no changes to Community Development or Public Works. The changes that are being made to Public Health and Social Services consist of 4 different sections or areas. Number 1 is we're making a correction of a copy-paste mistake that was made in the schedule of fees for 2013. Category 6 of food permits is for multiple temporaries that serve in different locations but use the same fixed menu. The cost of such a permit is $250. It has been for several years. However, in the schedule of fees for 2013, when we added a row, the actual fee part stayed there when that section was put in, and it read based on risk level. So we needed to make that change this year to make it read the correct $250 fee. Number 2 is language corrections. We typically have always referred to food handler cards or as food handler cards, but the state uses the term food worker cards, so we're changing that to be consistent with the state code. Number 3 is we have added 1 fee under the water lab test section to save clients on shipping costs. We originally only had 1 fee of $5 for 3 or more water bottles for water samples to be shipped in, and some clients only use 1 or 2 bottles, so we're going to be able to save them a little bit. We can ship those bottles for only $3. And number 4, we added back 2 fees that were inadvertently dropped off the schedule last year. Those are the Dropbox/transfer sites new permit or renewal permit, and they're under the solid waste section. Any questions? Okay, item number 13, which is resolution 13-535, is approving an interlocal agreement between Tacoma Pierce County Health Department and Lewis County. Washington State requires that all food workers obtain approved food safety training by local health officer or their designee every 2 to 3 years. Upon satisfactory completion of the class and subsequent tests, the worker is provided a food worker card, which must be available for inspection at the food establishment. Currently, Lewis County offers in-person classes every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and the first Thursday of every month at 6 p.m. for those who cannot do it during the day. However, Tacoma Pierce County has developed an interactive class that is accessible online. This enables food workers to take the class and the test at home and print their own food worker card, or they can take the class and test at home, and if they don't have the ability to print, they can come into our office and we can print it for them. The funding for this contract comes directly from the purchase of the food worker cards. For each $10 original or renewal food worker card provided, Tacoma Pierce County Health Department will receive $3 and Lewis County will receive $7. And this contract period is from January 1st, 2014 through December 31st of 2016. And item number 14, resolution number 13-536, is to approve an agreement between Lewis County and Thurston County for the services of a health officer. Health officer. This is a service agreement between Lewis County and Thurston County for health officer support. In December of 2013, Dr. Wood, who is currently our health officer, will be contracting with Thurston County as a .80 FTE. That equals 4 days a week. One of those 4 days per week, she will be sent to Lewis County to serve as our health officer. It will be necessary for us to contract with Thurston County to reimburse them for the 8 hours she will work in Lewis County. This contract will be from December 3rd, 2013 through December 31st, 2014, and it includes her federal income taxes, her PERS, her health and welfare benefits, unemployment, and round-trip travel between Thurston County and Lewis County. Any questions?
Just a comment. I heard from Commissioner Karen Valenzuela of Thurston County that she's really happy they have Dr. Wood, and I said, well, we've trained her well down here. So.
Yes, we are sorry to lose her. We will be losing a few hours per week, but not very many. We are glad that she will still be providing our services as well. Thank you.
Morning, Commissioners. Tim Elsey speaking to items number 15 through 19 on your agenda. Item number 15 is ratifying a personal services agreement between Lewis County Public Works Solid Waste Division and Reliable Enterprises for litter and illegal dump cleanup. As you're aware, we have had a personal services agreement with Reliable Enterprises since 2008 without any increases due to cost. This would increase the cost for a 4 to 5 person crew with a supervisor from $38.68 per hour to $48.09 per hour. They have provided us with the documentation that we needed to ensure that those costs are legitimate. That will be increased every year as a portion of the West Coast Size BC CPI, 65% of that, which is in line with how we currently raise our solid waste contract every year for our long haul contract. This will also increase the mileage rate to coincide with the current Washington State per diem mileage reimbursement rate. Speaking to item number 16, as you're aware, every year we have to appoint an applicant agent and an alternate applicant agent for any active federally declared disasters and any possible future declarations that may occur. This year, Marilee Kenyon has resigned. She was the alternate applicant agent for Lewis County. So this resolution will appoint me as the applicant agent and Robin Celine as the alternate applicant agent for any open disasters and any possible future declarations that may occur between November 1st, 2013 and December 31st, 2014. Then,
Just before you go on, just in general, the open, quote, open disasters that we're still dealing with are listed in the executive summary, and I just want to read them real quick. November 2006, flood disaster, number 1671. December 2007, flood disaster. That's January 2009, severe winter storm. The January 2011 severe winter storm and flooding, and the January 2012 severe winter storm are past projects that are going on. I just want to mention that because 06 is about 7 years ago, and we're still not closed out on that disaster yet.
that's correct. We're still looking at the Davis Creek road washout on that one, and yes, things don't move very fast sometimes. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I suppose, we're not the only entities that require FEMA assistance on occasion. The next item is approving a personal services agreement with Robert Wiedner. And as you're aware, we have entered into a personal services agreement with Robert Wiedner for several years, and he's doing business as the Evergreen Forest County Group. We join 11 other counties in paying for lobbying services, and they've been very successful in being able to bring monies to the timber counties. We do have a letter here supporting our continued involvement with the Evergreen Forest Group, and it's signed by the chairman and both co-chairmans of the executive committee, and we would recommend going ahead and approving this resolution, which would allow us to contract with Mr. Wiedner for $12,500. The next item is ratifying a community litter cleanup program grant agreement with the Washington State Department of Ecology. The Washington State Department of Ecology has awarded community litter cleanup program grant, which became effective July 1st, 2013 and expires July 30th, 2015. The state will fund $42,642 to the utility during the 2-year term of the agreement to be used for litter and illegal dump cleanup projects along public lands and roadways in Lewis County. So this is essentially $21,000 per year. The Public Works puts in another, about $106,000 per year, with the remainder of that being picked up by solid waste. So it is nice that there is no match on these funds. They just provide these to us to help with the litter cleanup and dump removal. And then finally, it's in the matter of the proposed acquisition of additional right-of-way for Cousins Road. We're replacing a cross culvert on Cousins Road, and due to that, we need about 0.11 acres. We have 3 different property owners that we're dealing with, and this will allow us to acquire the right-of-way that we need to replace this cross culvert. Thank you.
Are there any other questions on or discussion on the consent agenda?
This is what happens when we don't have one meeting.
Yes.
We end up with 19 items instead of 10, 5, or
Veterans Day last week. So, yeah.
So I'll call for the question on the consent agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Consent agenda is approved. Next, we'll have a hearing on the adoption of the 2014-2019 6-year Transportation Improvement Program, TIP. For a public hearing, we will start out with a staff report, followed by a question and answer period. We will then close the question and answer period and open the hearing for public testimony. If you would like to sign up for public testimony, there'll be a sheet over here. After public testimony, we will then close the hearing for the testimony and close the hearing and call for the question on a potential of a resolution number 13342.
342, the new number?
Goes from 61. We got that corrected here.
562 then.
This one will be 42. 41.
This should be 562.
It's 342.
Yeah, these are wrong. I think it's 3, 5, 6, 7.
Because these should be 5. These numbers are switched around.
No, it's 342.
So the ones in the notices were wrong?
Here, it started out right. 327, 328, 329.
This is 5, is what I'm saying.
2728.
Oh, it's 3.
These are all 5.
53.
All of
It's
this.
531, 532.
No, I should
So it's 53.
Should be 5.3, not 5, 3
Should be
5s.
542.
So it should be 562.
562?
The resolution that we're going to be looking at is resolution 562. We are up to speed, Kerry?
Should be 542.
No. 5,
You're right. You're right.
542.
542. Right. 42.
So now that we've got the hard part done, Mr. Tim Elsey, Mr. Mike Kroll, you're on.
Good morning, Commissioners. As you're aware, every year we come in front of this body to present the 6-year Transportation Improvement Program and the annual construction program. The RCW 3681-121 requires that the legislative authority of each county prepare and adopt a transportation improvement program that includes proposed road and bridge construction work for the ensuing 6 calendar years. And so we do the 6-year transportation improvement program to ensure that we comply with the requirements of the RCWs. And then the Washington Administrative Code 13616 requires the legislative authority of each county to prepare and adopt an annual construction program that includes proposed road and bridge construction work for the ensuing calendar year. So this hearing will meet both of those requirements and give us advertisement for the 6-year transportation improvement program and the annual construction program. We have previously presented this 6-year transportation improvement program to the mayor's meeting on October 4th, to the Planning Commission meeting on September 10th and on October 8th, to the TSC meeting on October 21st.
And what's TSC?
The Transportation Strategy Council, which is part of the Southwest Washington Transportation
Regional Transportation Planning Organization.
Planning Organization. Thank you. And then Mike Kroll will talk about our specific projects.
One other place it was presented, we had a display board and comment forms at the Southwest Washington Fair for any citizen could comment on the program. As Tim stated, it's a 6-year program, and I want to touch briefly on some projects that we anticipate designing and constructing in 2014. The first one being our annual countywide projects. And our countywide projects are our bridge and road bank protection programs, culvert replacement, our 3R program, and the miscellaneous safety and guardrail. And the 3R program is typically where we rehabilitate 5 miles of road with cement-treated base and a bituminous surface treatment. The second project is the Skate Creek Road South, milepost point 53, bridge number 12, scour mitigation. We anticipate going to construction on that project. The next project is the King Road Rehabilitation Project. We anticipate going to construction on that project. Davis Creek Bridge. We anticipate turnarounds and intersection improvements at US 12. There's also some equipment purchase, the purchase of a portable bridge, and some building improvements.
That's from the 2006 flood that you mentioned earlier.
The next project we anticipate going to construction is the Looting House Bridge number 87 replacement, and that's at the alternate location Tim stated earlier. The next one would be Bishop Road improvements, and that project will improve the intersection at Interstate Avenue and Bishop. We're going to add a turn lane there and widen it out there. That's the intersection in the county that has the highest rate of accidents in the unincorporated county. And as part of that, we'll be paving from the city limits out to the new Labrie Road interchange. So we'll pave clear from back by the middle school out to the improvements at Labrie Road.
Now, this is the intersection right off the freeway?
No, when you get off the freeway at AMPM, that frontage road there is interstate, and it comes and it hits right there at Bishop Road, T intersection right by the cemetery.
Woodland Estates is down the road from there, right?
Yeah.
The concrete plant.
Yeah. And the last one is not a construction project, but it is a 2015 project. But we anticipate spending over $200,000 on design for Centralia Alpha Slide and Safety Project. And these are all funded projects.
One of the things that I would point out from the 6-year transportation improvement program, if you look down at number 19, you'll see Harrison Avenue improvements. And that's not until the years 2017 through 2019, but we do understand that we have to do research and design to make improvements to Harrison Road. And this is $1 million that we've set aside to provide design for improvements from the Centralia city limits to the county line on Harrison Road.
And Borscht Avenue's on there too?
Yes. Correct. And Borscht is it's a road, of course, that goes to the high school. There is a high occupancy of pedestrians in that area, of kids traveling back and forth on foot between their residences in the high school and between the middle school and the high school. We'd like to do some safety improvements in there. There may wind up being some type of a one-way couplet in the future, but we're committed to looking at and proposing a design with the city of Centralia for improvements in that area.
Does the board have any questions? Are there any questions? Where'd everybody go?
Where have you been?
The worst part of it is the chronicle left.
I would like to point out that I often have this effect on a room.
Are there any other questions?
I just want to clarify something in my mind. As you know, last year, before the Transportation Strategy Council, Centralia did a number of changes, or maybe that was 2 years ago. But one of the things that got cut out was that Borscht Road, our Borscht Avenue project, which there are a number of us that always felt that was a very important project, including the current commissioner for District 1. So I'm kind of glad to see it back in, but I don't know how far along, because I'm not attending those TSCs anymore, is how far along is Centralia with that project? Because there's the project without Centralia it can't be completed, and without the county it can't be completed. We kind of have to go it together.
Well, and they have agreed to support our efforts and to go in with us on a grant application.
Okay.
So in the past, part of the problems that they had was providing the grant funding, I'm sorry, the match funding for the grants. And they have said that they would support providing the match funding for any grants.
Thank you.
We actually have a grant application, a joint grant application in now for design work on Borscht Avenue.
Are there any other questions? Are there any other questions? Then I will close the question and answer period, and I will open the public hearing for public testimony. Tim, Mike, would you like your opening comments to be incorporated into the record of the hearing?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
If there is no public testimony, we will then close the hearing for public testimony. And I will entertain a motion.
I move that we adopt the 2014-2019 STIP and the 2014 Annual Construction Program, which is Resolution Number 13-361.
Second.
Could I make a correction? That's 13.
Oh, that's right.
542.
542.
Is there any other discussion? Then I'll call for the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? That resolution is passed.
Mr. Chairman, I believe that concludes our business this morning, so I move we adjourn.
Do we want to recess until 5:30?
Oh, it's today.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
today's the day we have
Okay.
a 5:30 budget hearing.
I move we recess until 5:30 this evening.
For the budget presentation, yes.
We are recessed.